everyone. This is Andy Brisley with Apps Associates with another session of Value Chain Minutes. In this session today, we'll be discussing a solution that's embedded within the demand management solution of Oracle called Replenishment Planning. And with me today is Shamim Hasan, one of Apps Associates' experts in the planning arena. Shamim, if you could give a brief introduction of yourself, that'd be great.
Thanks for having me, Andy. I'm Shamim Hasan, and I've been working in the planning space for about a few years now. I have worked in demand planning, in supply planning, in replenishment planning, and inventory optimization.
Okay. So, Shamim, I think to just kind of level set our audience and our listeners, if you could please just provide a brief overview of what replenishment planning is and maybe some of the business problems it solves.
So replenishment planning is a supply chain process that is used to maintain optimal inventory levels to meet customer service targets. It involves generating supply recommendations such as buy orders or transfer orders to replenish inventory when stock falls below a predetermined minimum. And this process can be driven by several user-chosen methods such as min-max planning or reorder point planning or periodic automatic replenishment or even fixed order cycles. And all of this is driven by a demand signal, which could either be imported from outside or could be generated within replenishment planning itself. It involves several objectives, like generating near-term forecasts, generating safety stock recommendations, and then generating the replenishments to fulfill those safety stock requirements or targets.
Okay. So if I could, I'd like to drill down a little bit on one of your statements, or actually a few of your statements. But the first one I'll tackle is you talked about near-term forecasts. So can you explain the difference between near-term forecast and a long-term forecast and why it is beneficial for replenishment planning?
Sure, Andy. So let's start with the near-term forecast. So near-term forecast typically has a short horizon, maybe a week or two. And it has a really granular time bucketing, or the time bucket in which you are doing the actual planning. And this is more required for your day-to-day needs, your immediate needs to replenish stock. Whereas long-term forecast or long-term horizon is more at an aggregate time level, say, in monthly time buckets or in period time buckets. And typically, it also has a longer horizon, so probably like about a year or 2 years. And this is mostly used for things like your S&OP or even your long-term buy planning. So something that is more long-range and strategic, as opposed to near-term, which is more for your tactical or operational needs, which is where you use the near-term horizon.
And you also mentioned the term segmentation or item segmentation. And can you explain what you mean by item segmentation and how the solution does this? And again, we're just kind of looking for that layman's term here so people again can level set.
So you can think about segmentation as clustering or grouping items based on certain attributes. So you can pick certain attributes like an item value or its sales numbers, and group them into different groups. It helps companies in multiple ways by allowing you to focus your time and energy on the products that represent your biggest sales. It improves inventory planning, and you can make smarter decisions around promotions and life cycles. I can give you an example of segmentation, which is ABXY. It's also called ABC or XYZ. So essentially, you are grouping your items or even item locations based on A, B, which are your volume or value, and X and Y, which are your variability of the demand. So if you go by these attributes, you can actually divide your whole items set or item location set into into AX, AY, BX, and BY segments.
Okay, well, that sounds like we've got a good basis for our brief overview of what replenishment planning does and some of the components of it. And so in the next sessions, we'll be diving deeper into the segmentation and how retailers or other distributors or anybody that needs it or has a very diverse supply network, how they can utilize this solution. We'll talk about some of the prerequisites, the personas, and some of the best practices and lessons learned along the way. So I'd like to thank everybody for joining in. And as always, don't forget to send us any comments or suggestions for future sessions. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks a lot, everybody, and have a great day.